as well get right into it. You know, when I show people God's face, a lot of them are like, who cares, you know? They don't believe it, I suppose. But I'm gonna make them look stupid because I'm gonna show you God's nostrils right off the bat here. So, as we all should know who call ourselves believers in Jesus Christ, He promises us that we see Him, those who obey Him and love Him, obviously, while the rest of the world doesn't. Let's get into this. Show you right here his left eye. There's right eye. Here's the tip of his nose. Here's his right nostril. Here's his left nostril. And here's his open mouth with his beard. Now you're gonna say, what are you doing drawing on that? What I'm doing is highlighting something that is everywhere. It's God's face. You don't see it because you don't obey Him, and only people who obey Him see Him. So right, I'm going to take the paint off, look at his mouth or something. You can see his nostrils and everything after that. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we'll just go straight to another nostril shot. Okay, this is all because of God's grace, you know. I could not do this without Jesus Christ's grace, to be real clear about this. Because this is pretty amazing stuff, you know. How many people are going to show you God's nostrils? This is a gift from God. He gave it to me. I hope that I'm doing exactly what He wants with it, because He's a scary dude. I say He's a scary dude because He has sent me to hell before. There's his 2 eyes. There's his nostrils. Big flare nostrils. Open her up. There's the tip of his nose. His nose runs up here. Pretty crude highlighting, but I never was an artist. There's his mouth. And his beard is all 3D, so trying to trace that is different. I'm going to take off the paint. Look at his nostrils. And then you can look down, see his mouth. Up, see his eyes. It's really something else, you know. It's just an amazing thing. You want to see his nostrils again? He just showed them to me. Big flaring nostrils. Alright. I will do what you want, my lord. Here's his right eye. His left eye. Oh, here's his nostrils. Big open ones. You can even see the divot. Here's the divot of his nose right there. Check for the divot of his nose after this. His mouth. And his beard. So look for the divot of his nose. 1, 2, 3. You can see the divot of his nose. Alright. I'm not playing around here. God's face is omnipresent. Let's see here. There's one here that looks really cool on the scars. Let me show you his right eye is right here. You can like see his pupil right there. And his eye, the form of an eye around it. His nose is right here. That was a really bad job of tracing it, so I'm going to do it again. Okay. Here's the pupil of his eye. Here's his eye shape. And his nose is like this. Here it is. And this is his eye here in this dark stain. You can see he has like a big mouth right there. So maybe he's talking like, listen to this dude. He knows what he's talking about. His well-formed face with his beard comes to the point there. Take it off. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I hope that this is motivating you to obey Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ, you know, says that He shows Himself to those who obey Him. And it was a real big surprise to me when he let me see his face everywhere too, you know. And then I went to the Bible and I saw, you know, I'm not like a real studied guy. I just, you know, kind of skimmed what he wanted and did it. But then I read John 14 and it was basically all about that. Like, I will show myself to those who obey me while the world will not see me. And this is what he was talking about. And it's so beautiful. So let's keep going here. See what we can do. That looks pretty cool, actually. Alright, this one, oh, you don't see his nostrils in this one, but, well, maybe you can see a faint mark of his nostrils there. Might as well keep it all homogeneous, eh, Jesus? Okay, so I'm gonna... There's his eyes, his left eye, his right eye, his nose here. And you can see like a hint of his nostrils right there. That's the tip of his nose right here. There's the nose bone, is up there. Big open mouth. And his beard is this foliage here below. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. It's really pretty amazing when you think about it. Like, you lived your whole life and you haven't even seen him once. And here I am showing you the divot of his nose, his nostrils. I hope you're asking yourself, why? And I hope you come to the obvious conclusion that it's because you ain't been obeying him. The guy who's showing you his nostrils is obviously the guy who can tell you how to get to this enlightenment. Jesus wants you to obey him. That's pretty undisputed. And I'm telling you, I never saw him when I wasn't obeying him. When I started obeying him, bam, lets me see him. And that's just the icing on the cake, you know, like, as you go into that, you're looking at God all day, and your soul is just cooking with love and peace and joy and honor and excitement and all the good stuff. All the good stuff that we're brainwashed to think that money will buy us. Okay, here. So awesome. I'm going to show you the divot under his nose again. Here's his eye. His other eye. His long nose. And you can see here there's like this crack under his nose. The beautiful definition that he can show us sometimes with these examples that he shows us here of his face. There's his beard. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There he is again. And if you're interested, I spend a lot of time thinking about Jesus Christ on the cross, trying to figure out, like, what does it feel like, you know? Like, betrayed by all your friends after all you did was good. You know, your own people turn on you. Your own chosen people turn on you. You're supposed to be your friend. You never did one single bad thing to them. You come to save them from hugging their knees on the bottom of the black lake of fire. And they do this to you. Like, and all the time you're loving them? Like, that's some pretty heavy stuff to contemplate. And it helps me with my daily life, you know. Someone's being lame to me. I try to think of Jesus like, whoa, Jesus loved those people. And that's what he wants us to do. And the only possible way that anybody can ever do that is by invoking Jesus Christ. Calling on his name, you know, the only name that can save us from evil. All you studied folk out there that have never seen Jesus even once. And all you gotta do, as I heard an old man once say that saw it in a spoon, all you gotta do is look at it and you know that it's him, right? So I'll just leave you on that note. You know, I see all sorts of awesome examples of his face here, but I'll just leave it at that.